A warm welcome to FG Fam as we start up the second episode of this Brooklyn Beats Relocation franchise. We know it's going to be a challenge in this series. This team is not very good, so what do we got to do? Well, we got to draft well, and in order to do that, we need to scout well. Alan Faneca is going to help us find some guys on the offensive line. Rondé Barber is definitely going to help out our secondary, and we are going to make a firing and a new hiring as we are looking to hire somebody who does something a little bit different and maybe has a better well-rounded look at some other positions. We need edge rushers, and Lulu Hernandez is just a funny name, so why not bring that on in? Lulu Hernandez will be looking at edge rushers for us. We've got outside linebackers getting looked at as well. They could be edge rushers as well, depending on what scheme we want to run. We still don't know what we want to run because this team is just so bad. There's just no way of knowing what is going to be best for us in this series. Now, Samus Reyes is going to be moving to the practice squad. We don't need him. There's only one other cut that needs to be made at the end of preseason, and it's actually a little bit challenging to find out who we want to cut. We don't have enough offensive linemen to go around right now, and they're not very good, so none of those guys are going to be going by the wayside. Edge rushers and defensive tackles, you want to build the trenches. You want to keep them around. Now, I don't think we need that many middle linebackers. 5 might be a little excessive, so I think that Kalen Gay, although we entrusted a draft pick in him, we can let him go. Now, remember, I used some footage of that Texans preseason game. We did win it. We lost the next 2, though, and our home opener is going to be against the Minnesota Vikings on opening weekend. We will also see a game against the Bengals today. So some games on tap for you in this episode. Make sure you sit tight, grab some popcorn, drop a like on the video as we take a look at this regular season schedule. Like I said, going to be challenging, but we will get to face the New York Football Giants twice for supremacy of New York fandom. We'll see. We're a brand new team in Brooklyn. Again, suck it, Nets. Brian Crawford has been a bright spot on this team. We'll see if he will continue to do that. Dre Fitzpatrick is getting put in a role where he can succeed as well. And we're going to have to move around our top pick receivers. Well, not top pick receivers, but, you know, the ones that we actually drafted in this draft class. Jacoby Stevens is being thrust into a starting role as well from his great preseason play. And with 3 sacks, Gilchrist himself will also get a starting role at left outside linebacker. So that's why I wanted to show you guys the preseason stats. They're not good, but the guys who did show out are going to get rewarded as such. Now, like I said, the opener is against the Minnesota Vikings. We are at home. Kirk Cousins, you never know which kind of Kirk Cousins is going to show up in any particular ball game. So it's an opportunity we're going to use to clamp down on Kirk Cousins. That's the guy we want to stop today. Jarrett Patterson is out. Jack Anderson will be out for 3 weeks. And one of our top picks in Trevor Fuller at middle linebacker, who I really wanted to see, is going to be out for a while as well. They're out without KJ Osborne for the entire season. They're without Dalvin Cook as well, as we are here in Brooklyn for the opener of the season. The Brooklyn Beats looking to show these brand new fans what they got here in the middle of one of the 5 boroughs of one of the greatest cities in all the world. Here we go. It is Christopher Peak, and he will start with the football here on 3rd and 5. There's a throw to Gary, and Gary with the catch, and we have a flag on the field, a penalty. It is roughing the passer against this Viking defense. Got a little overzealous. It's Danielle Hunter, as I like to call him. I know it's Daniil, or at least allegedly is Daniil. There's the throw right side to Crawford, and the running back seeing some plays at slot receiver in certain packages. Here on 3rd and 4, Christopher Peak dropping back, throwing to the backup tight end, Chambers, who is going to make his way to the 15-yard line. You love to see when plays like that can come together, crossing routes, working out, confusing the defense. 3rd and 8, Peak going for the screen to Crawford. Crawford stiff-arming and getting to the marker. What a play from Crawford. Here's first and goal. They're going to give to Crawford and to the end zone, but brought down just shy. So a third and goal. They're going to go toss to Crawford. Look, jumping on his back. Can't make the play. Touchdown, Crawford. Touchdown, Brooklyn Beats. And there you go. First touchdown in franchise history. And this relocation is belonging to Crawford, as he is our, number 2 pick running back. We wanted to bring a running back who could play in, and looks like we found our man. There's a nice jarring of the football loose on the throw from Cousins. An opportunity to extend the lead here. 3rd and inches. Crawford with a brilliant run inside the 30. Don't ask me what happened next, because I absolutely do not know. But somehow Minnesota ended up with the football. Yes, playing these games on play the moments, I want to have less control over the teams winning in this series. So that's kind of what we're doing. 7-5, Brooklyn Beats in the lead, but the Minnesota Vikings are driving, and it is Adam Thielen, the short-handed receiver, who gets them inside the 20. And then look at this throw over right side and complete. Irv Smith doing his thing. It'll be 3rd and 1 for the Vikings. As Cousins drops back, he has literally all day to find Adam Thielen in the end zone. There's a whole lot of purple here today. I did forget to mention that. A whole lot of purple. With 48 seconds left to go in the half, the Beats with the ball maybe try to do something, but Peak loses the football, and it is picked up by Minnesota. Pierce on the play, and Christopher Peak, he's going to have his growing pains for sure, and he's going to be hurting when he wakes up in the morning after that one. There's a throw to the end zone, and it's Justin Jefferson this time from Kirk Cousins. We wanted to clamp down on Kirk, but it just hasn't happened thus far. There's a throw left side, and Crawford again getting past linebackers all day long, even superstar ones. It doesn't matter. Crawford has been our shining star thus far. 19-14, there's the run for Madison. He does not get there, so a good stop, making it a 4th and goal. So Minnesota would take the field goal. They got another goal line presence here later on, but this time they would score and get it across the goal line. Touchdown Minnesota. They extend their lead to 15 points, and it's a last-ditch effort here for the Beats. There's Peak, and that one's just inaccurate on 4th and 7. It does not work out, and it will be a Minnesota Viking victory, 29-14 here in Brooklyn. The Beats lose their very first game in franchise history. They lose their first home game as well, so not a good day for you Brooklyniers and you Beats fans. Kirk Cousins goes 19-29 for 188, 3 touchdowns and a pick, while Peak, definitely not as good. Alexander Madison ran for 147 in this ball game. Justin Jefferson, the leading receiver, with 67 yards and a touchdown. DeAndre Gary played well. He had himself a nice little day for us receiving. Our best star outside of Crawford's day was him. Chase Young is somehow a Minnesota Viking. Don't ask. I'm not going to tell. I have no idea why. Anyways, this is the rest. Michael Pierce with the fumble recovery, a safety for Chaz Surratt. So good play from the Minnesota Viking defense all in all. We'll take our lumps. We take the L. Houston gets a win over Philadelphia. Dallas beating New York. Those are the other in-division games that are really going to affect this series going forward. We're definitely going to be keeping a close eye on all 3 of those teams. We may even take some looks at those teams later on if it becomes important. Dylan Moses, though, does make a top player of the week with 10 tackles and an interception. He gets on there with Russell Wilson, Matt Milano, and Pat Mahomes. And now it is time for regional focus scouting. So we've got to make sure that we're scouting the positions of need going forward here. I'm just going to use each one of these regions' strengths and try to pick something out of it that we could really use. So right guard is the best strength there, and we could really use a right guard here on this team. Quarterback and halfback I'm quite happy with. I would be willing to add another receiver if there was a dynamic one in this draft, so we'll scout receiver there. Then for the Northeast, Well, we're already scouting receiver, but we could use right end. Edge rusher is always a thing. Same thing with the Southeast region. Right outside linebacker is the best strength. Let's see what they have then. So we're going to be going into a game against the Cincinnati Bengals on the road, and Joe Mixon, Joe Burrow are two guys you really need to stop in a game like this. Joe Burrow, probably the most dangerous, judging by what Minnesota was able to do to our defense. I don't know that they felt that they could run the football, but let's get down to the field here in Cincinnati as the Bengals look to play host. I love their all-black new uniforms. They look really clean. Let me know what you think in the comments section below. I know we got a lot of Bengal fans around here from the Bengal franchise that I did last year on Madden 21 Next Generation. If you didn't check that out, it will be in the end screen as the Bengals score the first touchdown of the ball game on short yardage. Joe Burrow with the touchdown pass. And it's 7-0. Later on, they're back down here again, and it is Joe Mixon on the short yardage touchdown run. Bengals extending that lead to 14-zipperoonie. So as we get closer to halftime, it's now 21-0, but Christopher Peak looking to drive down the field. He finds Shelton for a first down. Shelton's a guy we're expecting big things from at receiver. Now a little screen to Patterson, so Patterson able to show off some stuff as he gets inside the 20. Clock is ticking away. We took a timeout there. Here's Christopher Peak. He's going to roll to his right. And he's going to keep on rolling. He's going to go forward to the 5-yard line. With 22 seconds left in the half, it's a 3rd and 1. Here's Peak dropping back. He's rolling to the right. He doesn't like what he sees. He's taking it himself for the touchdown, and the Beats have gotten themselves on the board here before the half. That is a big score. Christopher Peak just rolling to the right rather than taking a chance, throwing a tight one. He just takes the run for it and gets into the end zone. You love to see that kind of moxie. 3rd and 2. There's a nice throw. Big up the middle, mid-pass to Bates, the starting tight end. So 1st and 10 with about 9 minutes left. There's the throw up the middle, and he finds Shelton again. This time an even bigger, more important catch for the touchdown as Shelton will get into the end zone. It's 21-14. Now 3rd and 10 in this fourth quarter. It's Joe Burrow to the left side. That is complete all the way down to the 38-yard line of Brooklyn. And it was complete for a first down. Here's a play fake from Burrow. That one's complete. Jamar Chase inside the 5. Bengals looking really good on this drive, looking like they want to put this game away, and that one might have just done it. It is T. Higgins who makes the play and waltzes into the end zone with a touchdown. Reservations for 6 to Chili's, please. A 4th and 3 is hit over to Shelton from Christopher Peak, who's 20 of 30 on the day. Hasn't thrown an interception. That is the good news. And then you have Peak dropping back on 2nd and 15, again throwing it to Shelton, who does really nice work after the catch to pick up the first down. So that 1st and 10 gives the Beats an opportunity here to potentially get down and make it a one-score game, but this throw is cut off and intercepted, and Cincinnati seals the deal. Mike Hilton, hotty toddy, with the interception. The product out of Ole Miss will help to secure a 35-14 win, as they would score on that ensuing possession. Why? Don't ask. I don't know why they needed to, but it is a win for the Cincinnati Bengals at home. The Beats will drop to 0-2. Peak was 24 of 37 for 178, a touchdown and an interception. Not exactly the greatest. We allowed Mixon to get 200-some yards. Crawford had an average of 4.1 a carry, which actually isn't bad. He just could not get the reps needed to really do better than that. But he has been effective out of the backfield, and he has been effective in the run game when he's been given his opportunity. Reminds me a little bit of Myles Gaskin, except he shines a lot more on a team as bad as this one. So we need to figure it out, and I think it's going to take a whole year to figure out what is going to be best for this team and what areas we need to find and bring in more talent. Philadelphia gets the win over Detroit. Giants will fall to Green Bay, so they're 0-2 as well. I did not see Dallas's game on there. If somebody did, you can let me know what happened in the comment section below. That gives you guys something to brag about. Aaron Rodgers, Khalil Mack, Joe Mixon, and Anthony Walker Jr. are the players of the week, and Joe Mixon definitely deserves it. You can see the Browns and Ravens both undefeated at 2-0. The Titans are 2-0, as well as the Jets. Yes, the Jets. Broncos and Chargers also undefeated. There's always a lot of undefeated teams early in the year. One of those is the Packers, as well as the Buccaneers. And the Cowboys are the undefeated team in our division. Gross. The 49ers are also 2-0. So, next episode is going to start with a game against the Packers. I think most episodes will have 2, maybe 3, maybe even 4 games, depending on how these games go and how bad the blowouts are, because I expect this team to lose, and I expect them to lose handedly in a lot of games. I mean, this team is just not good. You can clearly see the overall there. It's going to take a little bit. This is going to be a bit of a rebuild. I hope you guys are there for the ride. If you are, make sure you drop a like on the video. Subscribe if you're new to the channel for the love of franchise content. That is what we do here. We try in all sports. Make sure in the description you check out links to the Discord and the Twitch. Come join this great community that we have been building. If you want to see more franchise, make sure you guys click right here to see some more franchise.
I feel you bring some